All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live for the official coverage of the 2026 Texas Pro. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a good one. Let me tell you, we've got some serious heavy hitters coming into this one, and only 2 Olympia qualifiers left for the 2026 bodybuilding season. For those of you that tuned into the Atlanta Pro, let me tell you, you know exactly what we're going to be looking for here. Patrick Moore is who we are expecting to show up at his all-time best, who may be able to defeat Regan Grimes, who I think we've all come to expect maybe not to be at his best. But you know what? We're going to see what happens. We're going to get into all of that and more very shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to EPzeronine Bodybuilding. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button. We're going to be covering shows all the way into the Olympia. And you guys, it's less than 7 weeks until the Olympia now. It is right around the corner, and time is going to go by fast. Make sure that you get your vote into the poll on who will win the 2026 Texas Pro. As of right now, Regan Grimes narrowly ahead of Patrick Moore. We'll see what happens, okay? We'll see what happens. I don't know, you guys. You know, if Patrick does show up the way that I think he could, then we could end up with a serious surprise in this show. You know, we've seen some definite injustices, we'll say, when it comes to shows so far this year. The China Pro comes to mind, unfortunately, but we won't rehash all that now. Yeah, Patrick Moore is a guy that we expect to come in and do serious damage. But, you know, we did have the addition of John Jewett to this lineup as well, which was someone that I don't think many people were expecting to jump into this show. But I think that he's a good addition because of that. You know, I think he's a good addition just because of the fact that we really don't know which way it's going to go with John Jewett. He's a conditioning freak, to say the least. When you have guys in the lineup that may not necessarily be, you know, known for their condition, you know, a guy like John can catch guys like that off. Absolutely they can. We're going to take a look at some of the latest updates from all the competitors here very shortly. Let a few more people get into the live stream, and then we'll take a look at it. You guys let me know. How you guys doing? Seems like the Texas Pro live stream is working pretty well. We'll definitely say that. Give you guys an idea of what the stage actually looks like. Yeah, it looks like a good quality live stream. Let's see. Show can go several directions. Absolutely, James Kirkpatrick, 100%. There's a number of different ways that this show could go. Ronsonite, howdy. Greetings from Germany. Thanks for the stream, buddy. I'm thrilled. I hope you will have some words for Tim Budesheim. I most certainly will. Tim is a veteran of the sport. No, I like Tim. I do. Tim brings really great conditioning. Really great conditioning. So we'll definitely talk about Tim and more. We'll take a look at some of the latest updates here in just a minute and see exactly what we'll be up against. Forrest Smith, 9830. Answer from EPzeronine. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Glad you made it. Fix this mic. There we go. Okay. So let's see. I think overall the stage looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. They are just in between classes right now. I will let you guys know exactly when we'll be back up and running Right now, nobody currently on stage, so you know what? It's a good opportunity for us to go and check out some of these competitors as for how they're looking right now. So let's take a look. Start out with Patrick Moore. I think we will definitely see something interesting from Patrick. We'll switch over to our image close up here. I don't think it's going to be long and they'll be starting, actually. So this here, you guys, is the latest from Patrick Moore. This is at a day out. And I'm actually liking what I'm seeing here. Compared to what I think we typically see from Patrick, I think we're seeing more separation in the arms. That midsection, of course, definitely dialed in. The conditioning in the legs, the detail in the legs, it looks like Patrick is continuing to get better, despite the fact that this is his 9th show of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Show number 9 for Patrick Moore. I mean, that's absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But he looks very good here. No, he looks very good. The question is this going to be enough for Patrick to defeat someone like Regan Grimes, who has, when it comes right down to it, superior shape? That's what's really gotten Regan by over the past, well, entirety of his career. Let's call it what it is, ladies and gentlemen, you know. Regan traditionally does not come in with good conditioning, and he defeats guys on shape. Patrick, having fantastic shape, but having a couple of gaps in his physique, size-wise, he could be bigger. His triceps, I think, could come up to match the rest of his arms. But in terms of the quality of muscle and the conditioning that he's bringing and the shape that he has, make no mistake, Patrick can win this show. What you guys think about Patrick Moore? Let's see if I can get rid of that. Which one is that? This one is right there. Okay. We'll just keep this as it is for right now. Patrick Moore. Kenzie, what's your opinion of Regan's outfits before the past 2 contests? Right. So, let's bring that up, shall we? You guys missed it in Atlanta. Regan was dressed as a rapper. I didn't really get the reference, to be honest. But in this one, this is what we had for Regan Grimes. Regan Grimes the Cowboy. Regan Grimes the Cowboy. What do I think about this, Forrest Smith? Okay, so this is twofold. Yes, I think this is ridiculous, you know? I think this is ridiculous. It's good that Regan is having fun. You know, I think that the fact that Regan has been competing for as long as he has, I think that for Regan, you know, he's having fun with it, and that's great. You know, that's great. He's in a good place in his life. You know, he's got his baby number 1 and now baby number 2 on the way. Guys made a ton of money. I get it. You know, you got to switch it up a little bit sometimes. But the second fold of that is really just the fact that I think that this doesn't scream professionalism. And this is not the WWE, ladies and gentlemen, you know. And aside from just general professionalism, I don't think that this shows that Regan is really serious about what he's taking to the stage. You know, if he put half the amount of time into his posing as he did into his outfit, then I think that Regan would have a better chance of winning this show. And that could be true of what Regan is doing when it comes to his variables that he needs to control. I mean, he's a very particular physique, you know. He's more difficult to peak than Hassan Mustafa, and that's really saying something. I could have done without the outfits. I would rather Regan have a presentable physique on stage rather than have a presentable outfit going into the show. I just don't get it. No, I mean, I think I do get it at the end of the day. He's having fun with it. That's great. But listen, man. Guys that can do this are the guys that show up and are going to be undeniable, you know, when it comes right down to it. Or the guys that are planning on losing, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you guys think about Regan's outfits? Let's see if we can get a physique update, shall we? Yeah, we did get this, but I didn't think that was great. This was one. There we go. That's not what I want to do. My window capture doesn't want to expand. That's weird. There we go. Okay. So, for the sake of the competitor that we have here for Regan, look, this looks great. You know, this in particular does look good. What's up, Dragon Coos 69? What's going on, brother? Appreciate you being here. If this showed up on stage, then I think that it would be a much easier victory for Regan Grimes. No, it's really the fact that Regan is not competing against everybody else. Most times he hits the stage, as much as it is the fact that he has to compete against himself and what we have come to expect him to bring on stage. I mean, everybody is in agreement that Regan Grimes has one of the best shapes in bodybuilding. You know, when it comes to the open, one of the best, without question. But he just doesn't show up in shape. If Regan shows up in shape, he wins 90% of the shows that he shows up to. Honestly, I mean, he's that good. He really is. He really is. I actually heard them talking on the Dennis James podcast after the Atlanta about Regan. You know, not being like needing to take time off in order to really improve. I mean, Regan has taken a couple of seasons completely off. You know, he's done it, and didn't help. I mean, it did help, but when it comes right down to it, yes, he needed to put on the size. He's done that. Now we just need to see that conditioning. Need to see that condition. Regan Coos 69 says the problem is that he never shows up as good as he does on his posts. 100%. Yeah, 100% he doesn't. It's too bad. If he did, he would win. Another shot of Regan, but I actually think that this is from... I don't think this is from a number of days out. I think this is from when he was back in Canada, actually. But even if that was the case, I mean, that's actually more further to my point. You know, the fact that Regan was able to look like this in Canada. But this is what we don't see it on stage. We just don't. Looks like the show is going to be starting up again here, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see where they start. I believe they have Bikini 212, and they have the Open. Filters on TikTok. Filters, yeah. Regan is known for filters. Patrick Moore starting to inch ahead, actually. Regan and Patrick in the poll right now, neck and neck. So That's who it seems like everybody really has this show. Really, when it comes to who's going to be taking the win, it's seems to be between those two. Let's see. Let's check out the latest from John Jewett. Yeah, here we go. So this is John Jewett on show day. Looks good. Yeah, the show has started, ladies and gentlemen. The show has started. So John does look good. You know, John looks fantastic. Like I said, John brings crazy conditioning and a lot of muscularity. He was actually a former 212 competitor that moved up to the Open, and I think he made a very good move there. But again, this is what we come to expect from John. He can catch people because he's got that muscularity, and he shows up ridiculously peeled. Midsection looks good here. Looks like he's got good detail to the quads, chest striations. This was a guy that nobody was expecting to jump into this show, but here he is. Actually coaching Collosus Ken, so those two will be on stage together, presumably in the same call-out, which is pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. After what Ken brought to the stage at the Tampa, he decided that he needed to make a change, and he's now working with John Jewett. No offense, but if Regan loses at this show, he should seriously consider going back to the drawing board. Yeah, I feel like Regan's been back to the drawing board. No, I feel like he's been there. I just don't know what Regan has to do at this point. I mean, he's worked with the best of the best. He's worked with Milos, now Dom Super Sliced. He's spoken about some of his allergies that he's had and how he's cut those out of his diet in order to not have an amount of inflammation so that he doesn't hold water on stage. He's talked about how protein is something that he is allergic to. That makes him hold water. I mean, it seems like he knows the things that are incorrect, but for some reason, this is what we keep getting from Regan Grimes, you guys. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't understand what he doesn't understand after this amount of time in his competitive career. I just don't get it. Okay, so looks like we've got the show started, you guys. So what we're gonna do is, let's see. Let's get a couple shots. Oh yeah, here we go. We got Kareth Bajo in the center for the 212, you guys. So let's get this going. Yeah, that's right. Dave Palumbo was actually coaching Kareth Bajo. Yeah, Kareth looks really good. Very impressive from Kareth Bajo. All right, let's get another shot. Now, there's been a lot of debate lately on the 212 and, if the 212 should be here or not, or should the 212 exist. Just think it's a bit of a ridiculous conversation, to be honest. I don't think that, oh, I can't show that. Sorry, guys, I cannot show the live stream. Be nice if I could, but I can't. You guys know how it is. Get a few more shots. Second call out for 212 currently on stage. You know, at the same time, it's funny because I'm not familiar with all of the 212 athletes. And you can only keep up with so much, you know. There's only so much we can do. But you know, I don't think that I don't think the 212 should go anywhere. I really don't. Yeah, let's get this going. These guys are so conditioned. Absolutely. All right, third group coming out now. Oh, Courage O'Para in this lineup, you guys. Courage O'Para, fantastic competitor. Really good 212 competitor. Okay, you guys are shot of Courage O'Para. You guys can see Courage is the second from the left. Really good. Yep, really good for Courage O'Para. Awesome. Got the chest striations. He's got the detail in the quads. He showed up really in shape. Wow. See, this is the thing, right? You look at this lineup. This is, you know, there's some good competitors here, you guys. You know, really good competitors in the 212. It's got to be appreciated for what it is, in my opinion, you know? Courage O'Para, who did come from Classic. You'll see him standing next to Kareth, let me tell you, when it comes to that first call out. Fantastic. Really good. Not bad. Yep, not bad. Yeah, really good. Okay. So, they will have the call-outs here very shortly. But yeah, really good for Courage O'Para. Really good. Go back and look at a couple of these. First competitor. I should do this in another window, actually. Got a guy on stage, Nicholas Albert, currently on stage. I think 212's just got to be appreciated for what it is, you guys. See what you guys are saying in the chat. No, I can't show the live stream. A good way to get banned. Sorry, guys. But I do have some shots for you. Yeah, we can get this going. Here we go. Okay. See what you guys are saying. I really don't think Regan takes bodybuilding seriously. Him and Brandao, to me, are exactly the same. They like to walk. They like to talk, but not walk the walk. This is open. You need to give blood and sweat. 100%. Yeah, 100%. I do agree. It doesn't seem like Regan takes it as seriously as he could. I mean, and that's only reflected in what we see in his physique. You know, I mean, what else are we supposed to say? Okay, Juan Ailman currently on stage. Actually, really good. Show you guys Juan Ailman. Not bad. Juan Ailman currently on stage, you guys. He's actually pretty good. I think he's got really good balance. It looks like his conditioning is not bad. Could be a little bit tighter, I think, but overall, not bad. Well, not bad at all. Juan Alemán. Courage is a great future, still very young. 100%, Dave. Yeah, 100%. Looking huge in your IG prick. Yeah, no, I've been working. Gareth Baggio currently on stage. And Gareth looks really good. Looks fuller. Wow, he's conditioned. Wow. Now, I was thinking originally that maybe Gareth was starting to slip a little bit in muscularity. I mean, guy's into his 40s at this point. But he looks really good. He's finished top 3 at the Olympia previously, 212 division. I mean, he's legit. He's a former New York Pro winner. Gareth is definitely in contention to take this win here. Definitely. Fantastic competitor. Gareth is going to be first called at the Olympia. Probably. No, Gareth looks really good. Okay. Yeah, this is a good 212 lineup. This is really good. Really good conditioning. Wow. Gareth from the back. You can see, he wasn't quite in the shot when I took this, but Gareth is legit, man. He's done a couple open shows too, just for the fun of it. And he did really well. He has no real weakness, very balanced. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Gareth does have very little weaknesses. I mean, his midsection is small. He's got detailed abs, really good quads. I mean, yeah, not missing much, if anything. Yeah, Gareth is not missing very much. When you've got competitors like this, I didn't catch this guy's name. I apologize. Maybe someone can let me know in the chat, but really good muscularity, really good conditioning. Midsection's a little bit wide, but overall, I think this is, like I said, looking to be a very competitive 212 lineup. Portugal. Yeah, look, another competitor from Portugal, of all places. Midsection issue for sure. Definitely lacking some size in the arms overall. Moro is his name, yeah. Yeah, he's really lacking the arms, and his posing is not the best. You got to pose for your physique, regardless of if he has the size or not. He's making himself look smaller by putting his legs further apart like that. Got some midsection control issues that he's got to look at as well. That wasn't just letting that hang out. He's got some distension. Yeah, he's got some distension, unfortunately. Nah, we'll stick with this. Every single person, Dave Palumbo, who's doing the commentary for this, he just said that every single person in the 212 is from another country in this show. That is crazy. We're going to have to look that up. That can't be right. This guy's pretty good. This guy's not bad at all. Really good conditioning. Well, it's good, not fantastic. A really good quad sweep. Man, really good. Yeah, really good quads. Holy shit, man. Look at that. That's some quad sweep right there, ladies and gentlemen. Really good. 212 currently on stage. Texas Pro, the second last Olympia qualifier for the 2026 season, you guys. What is going to happen at this show? We are waiting anxiously for the men's open to take the stage, going through 212, and then we will have Fit Model, and after that will be the men's open. Very exciting. Muhammad El Mami currently on stage. Now, this guy's really good. This guy's really good. You get like huge shoulders. He's got the arms to match. Quads. Wow. This guy's huge, man. Look at this. Wow, that side chest is insane. That side chest is insane. Standing on his own, this guy looks like an open competitor. He's even got the back to match. Wow. Wow. I am very impressed with this competitor. My God. This guy's good, man. Like, Muhammad El Mami. Wow. You guys, this is going to be somebody very tough. Yeah, I know. Fit Model's coming up. Don't worry about it. We'll get through it, Dave. We'll get through it. Jonathan Gonzalez currently on stage. You watch out for Muhammad El Mami. I'm telling you, he's going to be in the first Collos. Now, Gonzalez is in good shape, too. Not bad. Not bad. 212 has been awesome. Wow. You guys, this is very impressive. Come on. You have competitors like this, and, you know, they say that the 212 is, you know, something that shouldn't exist. I disagree. Gonzalez, he looks good. Look really tight midsection, good balance. He's got really good balance. He could use more size, but I mean, the quad detail is there, the sweep in the quads is there. You know, he's got good V taper, X frame. Just use more overall size, and you know, this guy could do very well. Yeah, all these guys are absolutely peeled. Man, really good. Really good. Isaiah Hoffwig, I think he said. Another really good competitor. Got good legs. Conditioning's not great. Really round, though. Really round. Looks like he's just got a film of water. See from the back. He's pretty good in the back. He's rushing through his poses, though. No, he is. He's rushing through his poses. Chest striations, crazy. Crazy chest striations. Look, you can see them right through the live stream. Crazy. Really good. Really good. Who doesn't like 212? Sean Ray. Sean Ray doesn't like 212. Lee Priest doesn't like 212. I think Matt at Muscle Discord doesn't like 212, but he doesn't like anybody or anything, so that doesn't really make a difference. Just kidding. Not really. Next up, 212 is moving right along, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, very good. Man, this guy's not bad. Really well developed lower body, I think. Could use a little bit more in the back for sure, like depth, width. But he's got really good shape for sure. I don't think Matt likes his own mom. He might not. Next up. Mosi Molaleke. Guy is massive. Wow. This guy's good. Yeah, this guy's good. Look at this. Not bad. Just got to keep that midsection control, and he'll be doing really good. This is another guy kind of rushing through his poses. You know, you should use every second that you have on stage. You know, every single second. Yeah, really good width. Really good detail overall. Easy. Crazy detail in the quads. Look at this. You can see the detail in the quads. That's crazy. Wow. Uzi Malaleke. He's good. Oh, he's good. Like I said, this 212 is good. Okay, Andy Miller from Australia. Yeah, he's lacking some muscle. He's lacking some detail in the quads, I think. Decent shape, though. Yeah, pretty decent. He's not rushing through his poses, so that's good. He's definitely a little smooth, though. Yeah, you can see from the back, he's just not quite lean enough. He doesn't got a great V-taper either. Midsection's fairly well dialed in, but yeah, he's got a little bit that he still needed to lose there. Yeah, you're right, Dave. If you're a little nervous, you tend to rush on stage. Ken Jardine said, "Oh, it's my father. Hey, how's it going?" Father's in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Next up. Oh, yeah. Oh, let's see. Quality of my stream dropped. I gotta see about this. There we go. Yeah, there it is. Good. Perfect. Okay, next up. Yeah, it's all looking good, yeah. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it, man. We're doing our best. Okay, Courage O'Para coming on stage. Yeah, this is someone to watch out for. Yeah, this is someone we expect to be in that first call-out. Oh, yeah. He's looking really good. Yeah, but he's bringing the conditioning. He's bringing the fullness. He's bringing the roundness. Yep. Apparently, he's already qualified for the Olympia, so no pressure here. No pressure. Back double. He could have posed that. I feel like he could have dropped his arms to pose that a little bit better, but yeah, he's absolutely peeled though. Peeled. Not bad. This guy's going to be fighting for the win. Courage O'Para is going to be fighting for the win. Like I said, he's already got a win this season. Okay, next up. Marco Ruiz on stage now. Oh, wow. This guy's huge. Marco Ruiz. Check this out. Not bad. Yep, not bad at all. Wow. So conditioning wise, you can see the hamstrings, the glutes, like Marco Ruiz has got some really, really good detail. Hard, grainy muscle. His back could be a little bit better in terms of overall width, I think. Decent amount of depth, I think, but I think when it comes to that midsection and the overall X-frame, that's where this guy might fall a little bit. Midsection, he's got something going on with his midsection. It's not quite. It doesn't quite flow as well. Not quite. But that's it for the 212 individuals, and now we're going to move on to the comparisons. So Dave's got to be very happy with what Kareth has brought to the stage here. It's going to be a battle for the win, though. It's going to be a battle. I don't know which way this is going to go. I don't know. The judges really got a tough job, I think, in this one. I think it's going to be a tough job for the judges. This is a really competitive class, really competitive. So it might end up being a little bit of a larger first call out. We'll see what happens. I could see it being 5-6 guys. But we'll see. We'll see. It'll be coming up. I'm going to go back and show you guys an image of, again, Kareth Baggio for when he came on stage. You guys can see Kareth is bringing it. I mean, he kept the roundness. He's got the detail in the quads. Midsection is dialed in. Now, Kareth brought everything needed in order to really be a contender to win this show. Without a doubt. Look at the detail in those quads, man. Ridiculous. Okay. We've got a 7-man call-out. Oh, they've got 8 in the first call-out. Wow, 8. See, that surprises me, you know. I mean, I think eight's too much. I think once you start getting into six, you know, it starts getting difficult after that. All right, so let's see. They've got Juan Alamam in the center with Courage Opara, and they're moving Kareth further to the outside. Okay. Okay. Well, let's get a shot here. Okay, front double bicep. Okay. Okay, they're moving guys around a little bit now. Okay. So yeah, Courage Opara right in the middle. I'm looking forward to when they narrow it down to excited for Fit Model, yeah. Aren't we all? So look, these guys, you know, these guys in this first call out, they all brought the muscle. You know, they brought the conditioning. I think that this is going to come down to roundness, shape, fullness, posing, you know, without a doubt, posing. We'll see. Right next to Courage Opara, that's Juan there. They're really round, really full. These are really, really good guys here in this lineup. Guys, it's like I said, it's hard to get a gauge until we start getting into this you know, maybe top 3 call out, maybe top 4. I don't think Kareth is getting enough credit for his overall shape in midsection. Do we know who the head judge is? We certainly do. Tyler Mannion. Yeah, Tyler Mannion is the head judge at this show. Okay, they're moving a few people around. Keeping Courage Opara right in the middle. Okay, Marco Ruiz now moved into the center. Very good. Courage really stands out here, though. Really stands out. Looks like he's holding on once we start getting into this this second round of posing. Not seeing anybody getting particularly better, but it looks like maybe Juan's fading a little bit. I mean, it's a little bit early on to say that, but I don't know. Yeah, it's funny because Courage in that back lat spread, you know, he doesn't have the best back lat spread on stage in terms of depth, shape, detail, but he is very wide. And then he's just like shots like this side tricep. I mean, that is a crazy shot for Courage Opara. Crazy. Yeah, really good abs and thigh. Yeah, crazy. most muscular. All these guys have a dynamite most muscular. Man. See, this is an excellent 212 lineup here. This has got to be one of the yeah, you're welcome, Forrest. This has got to be one of the best 212 lineups of the year. All right, let's see what happens. 2 rounds opposing down. And that's your first call out sent back, ladies and gentlemen. So, what do we got? What do we got? It looks like Kuro Joe Parra is in as of right now in the winner's circle. Kareth Bajo looks like he's closer to maybe 3rd or 4th at this point. Oh, he might be fighting for 5th. Second call out now on stage. Just moving guys around a little bit. I'll show you guys a few shots of that. You guys let me know, who do you have ahead in this first call out? Let me know if there's any shots that you want to see. You guys let me know. Yeah, there's still moving competitors around here for this second call out. Second call out. I said they're doing these. This consists of 7 competitors. It's kind of it's kind of a lot. You know, it's kind of a lot of competitors in one lineup. Maybe they're just trying to get through them. I'm not really sure, but seems like a lot right now. But they are moving through the 212. Second call out on stage right now. We've got 7 competitors on stage. The guy in the middle had trouble getting into that pose. That was a strange one, but he did ultimately get into it. And again, you know, muscularity, conditioning, that's what really separates this second call out from the first call out. You know, we're just not seeing these guys to be able to hold up in terms of size, in terms of shape, you know, in terms of conditioning. We're not seeing it from this second call out. But man, that first call out was ridiculous. I gotta say, like, absolutely ridiculous. It's shows like this and lineups like this that scream the fact that 212 is absolutely has a place in the IFBB. Absolutely has a place. Because, I mean, look at it like this too, guys, okay? Let's say there was no 212, and all these guys that signed up for the Texas Pro ended up going into open, right? What would be the point? You know, what would be the point? And yes, bodybuilding is supposed to be the best of the best. Absolutely true, okay? I agree with that. I do. But I mean, if they can have fit model and they can have bikini and physique and women's bodybuilding and you know, the fitness division, I mean, you're telling me that there's no place for 212? Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, I think that there is a balance between you know, this being, you know, the elite, the best of the best in the world, and you know, at least having something for people to compete in. And these guys, you know, they all turned pro. They did all turn pro. I think this is a good place for them. You know, 212. Fuad Abiad and Dave Palumbo doing the commentary. All right, so we've got 4 on stage currently. I think this is the battle between 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. This seems to me like it's the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. So they got Kareth right in the middle. Looks like Muhammad is just the rounder competitor overall, you know? Like, you look at the roundness of the tricep and the delt. But Kareth has a lot of, like, Kareth just has a lot of muscle in this back double bicep, you know? I'd probably go with Muhammad. Kareth Bajo in the middle. Muhammad is just to his right. Yeah, see, it's tough from a size standpoint. Look at the tricep on Muhammad as compared to Kareth, right? And you can really see the difference. But I think Kareth is getting better as he continues to pose. It'll be wild if John Jewett beats his best client in this. It would be crazy, actually. You're right. And he might. He very well might. So I don't know. What do you guys think? You know, who's gonna be taking the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh place spots here? Man, I don't know. Okay, top 4 coming on stage now. Okay, so maybe that was the battle for 5th. All right, I'm sure they'll move guys around a little bit. Oh, they kept Courage to the outside. You do see that sometimes. You know, you do see that sometimes when the judges kind of know. You know, we saw it with Big Ramy in previous shows. It was like, why is Big Ramy on the outside? You know, Courage is kept on the outside. I think typically you'll keep the number 1 competitor, the guys in the lead, on the outside, but or on the in the middle. But I think in this particular case, it being 4, a 4-man call out. They moved. Okay, so they moved a couple guys around. Yeah, it looks like Juan's really starting to fade. Conditioning wise, I don't think that he's holding on. And really good. Wow, Muzi's got ridiculous conditioning. And now, when you get to the back lat spread, I said before about Courage not having the best back lat spread. But you can see the difference in this one where, actually, you know what? His back lat spread, pretty damn good. The glutes are dialed in. Hamstrings are dialed in. He's got more detail now that you see it kind of zoomed in. Yeah, really good shape, too. You know, you got to give that one to Courage. Okay, so they're moving guys around now. All right, front double. Okay, so they did move Courage into the center. And he deserves to be there, for sure. Front lat spread. Courage is kind of overpowering these guys. I think Courage is really overpowering these guys. You know, from a size standpoint, from a roundness, fullness, conditioning for sure. Yeah, really good, man. Like, really good. And, you know, there's conversation always when it comes to these guys that are really good in the 212. It's like, well, you know what? Maybe these guys should go open. And look, I'm not opposed to any of these 212 guys going open. I think that if there's an opportunity to be competitive in the open, then you should definitely go to the open. Definitely. But if you choose to stay in the 212, so be it. You're still seeing a fantastic physique. So I don't know. That's really where I see it. This debate of should the 212 exist or not. I mean, honestly, for me, it's a little bit ridiculous. Okay, 212 done. That is it for the 212, ladies and gentlemen. We are now moving on. We are moving on to, I believe now it is the fit model division. I believe it'll be fit model. So, let's see what you guys are having to say about this. Oh, it looks like they said they're going to take a short intermission. All right, let's see. Yeah, it'll be wild if John does win. I mean, and you know, like I said, John does have the ability to win. John does have the ability to win. He can beat these guys on conditioning if he comes in razor sharp, because Regan, not well known for his conditioning. Collosus Ken, at the end of the day, not well known for his conditioning. How long until Open? I expect Open to be coming on within... It depends on when they start Fit Model, but after Fit Model, I don't know how many competitors they got. Maybe 45 minutes. I don't know, roughly about that. Let's take another look at Courage O'Para. Yeah, like really, really good. You know, really good. You got the quality of muscle. You've got the roundness. You've got the balance. This guy's fantastic. You know, the quad detail, really, really good quad detail. Man. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, that's right. Justin Jacoby actually sponsored the 212 division. You know, that's how much he believes in it. Really good side chest. Yeah, really, really good side chest. You see the roundness, you see the chest striations, you guys. You know, that side leg is stripped out. The separation from the arm to the shoulder. This guy is dynamite. Absolutely dynamite. Bring up another one. Let's see, back double. You know, lacking a little bit in the back double, I find. You know, lacking a little bit compared to some of these other guys. Well, that's the only thing I can say about. That's the only thing that I can say about Courage. That back double. And I think it could be a posing thing. I mean, he's got the arms. It just seems like he needs to drop the arms down to really be able to spread out the lats. I think that would give him. I think that would give him a big advantage if he was to do that. But look, regardless, I mean, fantastic, fantastic. They're just doing some interviews now with some guys backstage before they get to the fit model. Talking to Sean Clarita right now. Let's see. Yeah, really, really good most muscular. No, really good. Look at the look at the chest separation, the shoulders, the fullness of the arms. The arms actually match the shoulders, even though the shoulders are extremely round, very big. The quads here, lots of detail, really, really good amount of separation. We're seeing the feathering in the quads through the teardrop. I mean, you can't ask for much better than this in terms of quality muscle. This is almost as good as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. This is almost as good as it gets right here. Big M Babel says, I do like how Courage poses tall like a classic guy. He looks athletic and smooth up there. But Courage actually did come from Classic. He was in Classic. So, that's one thing that is to his advantage. Presentation. He held his poses for as long as I think he should have. He walked up there like a champion. He walked up there like a champion. But then you had a guy like Marco Ruz who took the stage. A little bit of a different competitor. A little bit different, but this guy's fighting for that top spot right now. I mean, realistically, I think that we've got a battle for second place, but Marco Ruz showing up with, I think, very good conditioning, really good quads, a lot of detail in the quads. The arms, really good arms in this front double bicep. Really good. Let's see. His back double was really good, actually. So you can see here the detail in the back. I mean, he might be lacking a little bit of depth in the back. Overall, like the middle back, you can see use a little bit more development there. But the lower body is completely stripped out. He's in shape. Glutes are fantastic. I think good posing execution overall. Shoulders, arms, it's all there. For like there's very little lacking here. It's a really good back double bicep. Make sure you guys get your vote in on the poll. As of right now, Regan Grimes ahead at 45%. Patrick Moore at 42%. And I guarantee that this will change once these guys start taking the stage. One way or another, it is going to swing. One way or another. So again, I would say that it's between Courage and... yeah, well, Courage definitely for the win. Now, again, looking at Kareth, I think, yeah, you can see maybe lacking a little bit of muscularity through the upper body. I think that shoulders and arms, you could definitely stand to have bigger shoulders and arms. But look, Kareth has been around for a minute, man. He's been around for a minute. There's no question. Still bringing fantastic conditioning and still bringing really good shape overall, I would say. Still bringing really good shape. Like, that's a really, really good side chest. A really good side chest. Yeah, the votes are starting to come in now on the poll. See, it's starting to swap back and forth. See, this is just it, right? It's swapping back and forth. Patrick Moore, Regan Grimes. Patrick Moore, Regan Grimes. This is going to be the go. Okay, this is what we're going to end up seeing, and this is going to be the battle on stage. A lot of people want Patrick to get his redemption after what a lot of people considered to be, an injustice at the Atlanta. Patrick Moore. Many people had Patrick ahead of not only Joe Palacios, but also ahead of Regan Grimes, which is what makes this battle so very interesting. Makes it very interesting. Patrick showing, looking like he's going to be showing up at his absolute best. Is his best going to be good enough to defeat, well, what we've come to expect as being the best from Regan Grimes? Another shot at Kareth Bajo for you guys. Shout out to Kareth, man. Just a good dude. He's been on the channel a number of times. I actually should invite him back on again. Kareth is just a good guy. He really is. He's just a really good guy. I always really liked Kareth. I always respected his work ethic. And I think that Kareth is a competitor that never got the recognition that he really, really deserves. I feel like he was always lacking that recognition. For one reason or another, it does happen. Despite bringing some really, really good packages to the stage, which, when he did, he was definitely recognized. He was definitely recognized, but as of late, yeah, I'd like to see Kareth get a little bit more props. I would. Is he starting to? It looks like he's lacking in muscularity here. I don't think that they necessarily traded conditioning um, for fullness. I really think that it is muscularity at this point. And like I said, like I love the guy. You know, I do. Still got some really good shots. I mean, back double, not bad. Hamstrings are completely stripped out. Fuad and Dave were both saying on the live stream actually that he has to flex his glutes more, and I think that that's probably true. Just because, I mean, if you don't, then you're not going to see the detail, and it's going to be considered by the judges to be a lack of detail and conditioning. Do not want that on the pro stage. Gareth is a veteran of this Texas Pro, an absolute veteran. So, yeah, I hope that he can make the top 5. You know, I do want to see Gareth make that top 5. Again, look at the quads. Look at the detail in those quads. You know, Dave Palumbo's probably texting him right now on what it is that he has to do to get ready for the finals. That wouldn't surprise me at all. And Dave's a really good coach. You know, I've had personal friends of mine work with Dave, and you know, he seems to be very attentive. And I'm not talking IFBB pros. I'm talking about just regular competitors. You know, at a regional level here, at a provincial level here in Canada. You send Dave the info. He gets back to you, tells you exactly it is what he thinks. You're not going to get paragraphs from him. It's going to be, you look like this. This is what you need to do now. Continue. And when to check in next. That's what you're going to get with Dave Palumbo. Now he probably takes a little bit more attention when it comes to guys like Gareth. But listen, my friend, when he competed, Derek McDonald is his name. Dave had Derek shredded, man. I'm talking shredded. You know, and Derek did very, very well at the shows that he was in. Top 3 every time. Derek was absolutely shredded. And that's what Dave is bringing for Gareth here. I know that Dave and Gareth worked together years ago, and I guess Gareth decided it was time to go back to his roots. And look, I like it. I think it's a good match. You know, I think it's a really good match. For what Gareth can bring to the stage, and especially, like I said, at this point in his career, you know, he's still holding on, man. You know, he's still competitive in any 212 lineup that he walks into, you know, without question. Maybe they can bring him in a little bit fuller for finals without sacrificing some of that detail. And if they do, you know, I think that he can fight to get into that top 4. I think he can fight for that top 4. We're just waiting for the wellness division to take the stage. Right now, there is nobody on stage. But I think Texas did half decent with the backdrop this year. I mean, the blue is a little bit. It's fairly mild overall. I don't feel like it's taking away from the physiques of the competitors. I don't think this backdrop is necessarily taking away. I know Texas typically has kind of a darker backdrop, and this is a little bit more than what we usually expect. But overall, it's pretty solid. It is. It's pretty solid. Now, another guy that was fighting for one of the top spots. Man, I missed this. I can't remember his name. I apologize, you guys. Maybe somebody in the chat can let me know. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember, but look, really, really good conditioning. Good separation, you know, the chest striations, crazy. Quad detail, absolutely crazy. This guy's good. Oh, this guy's good. Midsection is the problem here. You know, the midsection is not tight. We're losing a bit of that V taper, that pleasing shape, because of the midsection. But again, overall, not bad. Oh, not bad. Really good back shots, actually. Really good back shots. Let's see. can see a lot of detail in that back. A lot of detail. Could be a little bit better dialed in the lower body, but I'd say the widest guy on stage is not a stretch. You know, he does look like he's one of the widest guys on stage for sure. Not lacking any muscularity, not lacking any detail. Definitely not lacking any detail. Just that midsection, man. Like look at the quads here in this front lat spread. This is a guy that's fighting for top 3 right now. Oh, top 3, top 4. The muscularity, I think, is what he has over Kareth right now. I think that he's just got a little bit more muscularity. Not as pleasing of a shape. No, I will say that. Definitely not as pleasing of a shape. But again, a few different physiques in this 212 lineup makes it a little bit interesting. But overall, not bad. Yep, not bad. But again, you know, the guys that are fighting for that top spot, like, just dynamite. These guys really brought the muscularity. They brought the conditioning. I think this is a really good 212 lineup. Really good. Look at that. That's a really good shot. No, that's a really good shot. Balance. It's tough when it comes to the hands on hips. You really got to have the arms to do the hands. And this isn't even on hips. This is more on quads, you know. You got to have the quads to pull that off, too. This guy does, for sure. This guy does, for sure. But, you know, good midsection, flows really well. I think the shoulders, round cap delts. Yeah, when it comes to the hand on hip or the hand on quad, really do have to have the arms for that. You know, you really do have to have the arm. And I think overall that this is like his arms are a little bit small for this shot, but not terribly. Okay, Fit Model is now on stage, ladies and gentlemen. And right after the Fit Model, we will have the men's open. Maybe not great for the crab either, but I think it's better. I think it's better. I really think the hands class most muscular is the best most muscular pose, honestly. I think that's the number one. Okay, so Fit Model currently on stage. Sounds like they moved out Dave and Fuad because they probably don't know shit about Fit Model. and understandably so. But look, guys, Fit Model is not going to take long to get through. Okay, there's no posing. It's face front, face back. You know, there's not a lot. Yeah, there's not a lot. I don't know if you guys want to see the pictures of Fit Model or not. I mean, I can take some shots. If you guys want to see it, you let me know. But I mean, I'm good to keep checking out some of these 212s. First call out. That's it for the first call out. They're going to get the individual routines done. Let's go back and see about. Let's go back and look at this for the top 4. Okay, top 4 right here. 212. You guys look great. You know, these guys look great. I would give the front double to Courage, though. You know, Courage is bringing the separation. He's bringing the shape. He's bringing that really, really small midsection. I mean, best overall package, I think. You know, and he does have good biceps. Juan does look good, but again, I think that he did start to fade just a little bit. He doesn't quite have the chest size that Courage does. Flows well, but not as well, I want to say. but overall not bad. Ultimately, I would give the shot to courage. I think that's proper. Front lat spread. No, again, they really seem like they were favoring courage here, and understandably so. They did give the other guys a chance to stand next to each other. Courage during this top four call out, he actually was placed on the outside to the far left, and they did move him in for the second round. But yeah, good competitor, man. You know, I would give him the front lat spread as well. I just think again the overall package really does have to go to courage. I think it does have to go to him. Last group of the fit model competitors now taking the stage for the initial, not exactly quarter turns, I guess, but yeah, fit model. They're moving right along. Fit model is one division that you could argue doesn't really have a place in the IFBB Pro League. I mean, there's many conversations to have in terms of that, but it just doesn't really do it for me. I don't think it's necessary. You know, go down to any gym anywhere and find women in decent shape, and they could do it. I don't like it. But here it is. Again, it shouldn't take long to get through. Maybe 21, 22 competitors, something like that. Anyway, side chest. Side chest. I'd have to go with courage. He's got the stripped outside leg, the roundness of the delts, the fullness of the chest, the arms match the shoulders. Conditioning great, midsection dialed in, good balance, good proportions. You got to give it to him. You have to. Oh, he's very, very good. 100%. You have to give it to you have to give it to Courage O'Para. Get you guys another shot. Let's see. So the individual presentations are happening now. Oh, I'm going to get the one where Courage was in the center just to keep things consistent. Yeah. Well, this competitor wasn't really hitting it. But I did get it. But again, even still, like I would have to give this this back double to I would have to give it to Courage. I think the Courage has the superior back double bicep because the lower body is dialed in. He's got really good separation in the upper body. Not the widest guy on stage. No, not the widest guy. But the best overall package. Or Smith, are you stroking out, dude? What's up? Well, let me just bring this up. Natalia Coelho in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, my friend. Always covering the show so well. Thank you for your great work. Thank you, Natalia. We really appreciate you being here. You know, I do especially. I really do appreciate you being here. Natalia Coelho, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat here on EPzeronine Bodybuilding. You know, you should message me on Instagram, Natalia. I would love to have that on the channel sometime, honestly. I think we could have some really good chats about well, about the Olympia coming up, no question. Sorry, phone was in the pocket. Gotcha. Let's keep looking at the back lat spread from the 212. Back lat spread. What do you guys think? Anybody even coming close to Courage O'Para. I really don't think so. No, I really don't think so. I think that Courage is destroying the competition. No, it's in this one, it's not even close. Let's see. Side tricep, back lat spread, yeah. So I've got Courage winning in like every shot so far. I don't know about you guys, but I've got Courage winning every single shot. I don't think the side tricep is any different. I really don't think that the side tricep is any different. I think the Courage O'Para takes this pose quite handily as well. And it might be a little bit closer. Juan does look a little bit better here. I mean, he's got the really good chest, really good shoulders, capped off delts. Midsection, he's got that midsection pulled in, but you know, just not as much detail as what Courage has. I really think that that Courage does take this pose as well, and so that puts him at 6 poses for me so far. Abs and thigh. I mean, his abs are ridiculous. No, Courage has ridiculous abs. You gotta go with him. No, I think you really do got to go with him again. I don't think that anybody else has the detail in the quads. I don't think anybody else has the flow of the physique, and I don't think that anybody else has the conditioning that that Courage has. Detail in the midsection, he's got it, man. No, he's got it. Most muscular, you know, it does get close in the most muscular more than anything else. Yeah, it does get closer. Juan at the far left, he's really good in this most muscular, I think. Like, he's just got a lot of muscle. You look at the balance from the shoulders to the arms for Juan as well. I think that he's got really good balance in the shoulders to the arms. Quads are round. Looks like decent detail overall, and he can hide some of the flaws that he has in his midsection. So it's closer. I will say that it's closer. But even still, for Courage O'Para, not lacking in the size department itself. I think that he has rounder sweeping quads. I think that the midsection being more dialed in, the cap delts, the arm proportion. Again, you gotta go with him, man. You have to. Courage O'Para is, I think, handily taking home the win here. As long as he shows up at finals the way that he did here at prejudging, I don't think that there's really much competition left for Courage. I think that Courage is going to take the win here. Congratulations on a ridiculous physique. Absolutely ridiculous. You guys let me know what you think about 212 so far. You guys are awful quiet in the chat. What's going on here? What's going on here? Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Appreciate all you guys being here. But yeah, Courage O'Para, I think, taking it quite handily at this point. Ridiculous physique. Now, the conversation of should this guy go up to the Open, I think that's a conversation worth having. Given the fact that we just have so much emphasis these days on conditioning, or sorry, on overall shape. I mean, Courage has it. I don't know how close to the weight cap he is, but you know, on the other hand, you got to consider that if Courage did go up to the Open, let's say that he did go up to the Open, right? Puts on, what do you guys think? 212 on stage here, 20 pounds. Say he takes 1 year off, maybe 2, puts on 20 pounds, comes back and does Open. Going to keep that midsection in check? Is that midsection going to grow as well? That's one of the questions when it comes to these guys moving from one division to another. Now, he came up from Classic into the 212. Good move. Obviously, good move. I mean, Classic is the more popular division. Yes, that's true. But I think that in terms of his physique and what he's bringing here, I think it was a good move. Would it be a good move to go further, though? That's the question. You know, that would be a question that I would love to have answered. How does he feel about, you know, putting on more muscle, and what is that going to do to his physique overall? You know, Joe Palacios put on a what 17 pounds of stage weight. Now he's, you know, I think equivalent size to Courage. Courage might be a little taller, actually. It's hard to say until these guys are standing next to each other. But regardless, if Joe put on all that size, and Joe had a midsection problem before he had that size on, now Joe has a serious midsection problem. A very serious midsection problem. Courage Opara does not. He has the opposite of that problem. He has the midsection of a classic physique competitor. Now, Courage does got to watch that when it comes to this front tricep, okay? Tyler Mannion said it during Andrew Jack's win. It was 2024 on this Texas Pro stage. He said no more front triceps. Now, this was an individual routine. It wasn't part of the comparisons. But you got to watch that shit with Tyler Mannion. Yeah, you got to watch that shit. Make sure you guys get your vote into the chat as well. Fit Model currently on stage at the 2026 Texas Pro. We are awaiting the men's open. Like I said, you guys, it's pretty quick for them to go through the Fit Model competitors because there is no posing, and they really don't need a lot of time. Only thing with Courage is the back. He could use more size in the back. He really could. That's the only thing that I could see working in his favor of putting on more size. And again, I have no idea how close he is to the weight cap. I don't know. I think that he would. It looks like, and looks can be deceiving, of course. This is bodybuilding. You know, we all know that. But it looks like he still has a couple more pounds that he could put on. Now, that's entirely possible. Forrest Smith says Keon tried an open show and looked small. I feel like it takes a really special physique for a guy to take a step up and be competitive. Oh, look, it's not just the competitor, it's not just the physique, but it's what they do with their time between 212 and open. I mean, look, Keon did try it. However, Keon was just after competing at the Olympia and didn't have a lot of time to put on a lot of size, right? You look at Derek Lunsford, Hadi Chupin, William Bonac. These guys all came from the 212. All these guys came from the 212. Again, I do want to emphasize the back lat spread on Courage. When they first came out in that initial 8-person call out, I wasn't really impressed. You can see the detail here, though. I mean, he's got it. This is really, really good. Like, this is quality. This is quality. And you don't want to lose that quality. No, you don't want to lose that quality. I think this is fantastic. If he was to move up to open, there's potential that he could lose that quality. There's potential. Doesn't mean it'll happen, but it's something to be aware of. You know, it's the number one thing when these guys start putting on size. Keeping your midsection in control. You know, for me, I would think that, like, obviously these guys have to massively increase their calories. Great, do it. But choose foods that are of a, you know, a higher density, lower volume. You know, that's where my mind would be going for these guys to really bring, really be able to keep that midsection in check, but continue to put on size. But you guys let me know what you think about that in the comments. So next, you know, you guys, like, no disrespect. But when it comes to fit, like I said, no disrespect whatsoever, you guys. But for Fit Model in particular, like I said, for me, I just don't. I just don't think, and it got so popular so quick. There's so many competitors. but it's really because it's so easy to do compared to the other, women's divisions. Look at Natalia Coelho as an example. I mean, two-time Miss Physique Olympia, bringing a ridiculous physique on stage, a world-class physique. To me, these are just not world-class physiques. And I'll give you guys another example. And there's just too much, I think, in the women's divisions right now. When Tyler Mannion said that they were going to be coming up with Fit Model, like, I get it. It's a business. The IFBB is a business. They got to make their money. But I just don't get it. And there are levels to this, right? I mean, a lot of people say that, especially when, men's physique, that's just a step up for classic competitors. People say that classic is just a step up for 212 competitors. People say that 212 is just a step up for open. These conversations happen all the time. But I don't think that's the case in terms of people moving from Fit Model to, say, physique. I just don't. Like, one of the criteria for Fit Model is to be soft. Like, they say soft glutes is what they want in Fit Model. Yeah, Fit Model has a lower barrier to entry. Yeah, it does. But I think that's part of the problem with it. Now, I think that's part of the problem with it. Why do we need to have a lower barrier to entry in the IFBB Pro League, which is supposed to be the best physiques in the world? I just don't see it. Like, a competitor like this, almost, when it comes to Fit Model, she might be marked down for being too lean. Maybe she's too lean. I don't know. Donna Vinacario 5836. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. See. Fat Clarita proves all this 212 moving up, adding size, etc. He won an open show and placed high in an open show. That's under 180-ish, not 212. So stop. They need to get huge. Yeah, I'm not saying that they need to get huge, but more size to be competitive. Because look, when Sean won that show, it really is only relative to who he was standing next to. I mean, he did another open show and he took third against, who was it? Regan Grimes and Antonio Burton, I think. So yeah, there are levels. There are levels, and more muscularity is simply what it's going to be in terms of the open division. So I'll keep giving you guys these fit model shots here. And it should be getting pretty close to completing Fit Model until they get into the comparisons, and then we'll be on to Open. So it's not going to be long, you guys, and we are going to be into the Open. Now, see, again, to me, not knowing a ton about the division, this seems like it's too lean. This seems like it's too lean, but then it seems like from the back that this is not lean enough. So, so what is it? I mean, it's so confusing, man. It really is confusing. Yeah, she looks like she could be in a horror movie. I don't know, man. Yeah, I really don't know. It's diabolical to make people suffer through this for the Open. It's, I think that there is, I think there's a place for every division, honestly, except for Fit Model. I think that there's a place for every division except for Fit Model. Yeah, get rid of this odd division. This is exactly it. I just don't. I don't get it. I'd like a camera shot of the crowd right now. Actually, I saw one, and not many hanging out. Yeah, yeah. Fit model equals money for the NPC IFBB. Yeah, I get it. I get it, but I don't think that it ruins the experience for, you know, people like myself, you guys here. It's not overly impressive, and I don't want to sit here and feel like I'm just kind of ripping on the fit model division, but it's a division that's almost meant to be less impressive. You know, it's almost like it's meant to be less impressive, and that's what that's what gets me when it comes to fit model. Okay, so the next one coming out, this one actually won the Atlanta Pro. I'll show you guys. Looks really awkward in her posing. Misty Yang, let's see. Wow, it looks really awkward, actually. So this is your winner from Atlanta. She literally looks like she has the worst posing of anyone that I watch take the stage. Like, it looks like she's leaning over way too far. And again, like, conditioning from the front, none from the back. It's just it doesn't make sense to me. Final competitor for Fit Model on stage, ladies and gentlemen. This is also her pro debut. Honestly, I think her Olympia qualification should be transferred over. Crazy division. But yeah, this was your winner at Atlanta. Literally looks like she has the worst posing. Che Player says it incredibly devalues what it means to be an IFBB Pro, if that makes any sense. No, of course it does. It absolutely does. The division itself, like, just doesn't scream prestige. You know, it doesn't scream hard work. It doesn't scream the extreme. And that's what bodybuilding is for me. No, that's what bodybuilding is for me. First call out for Fit Model coming up. So we'll see. I don't know how many competitors they have. I think it was 21 or 22. So they'll probably do another. Tyler seems to like these 8-person callouts. I don't know. Yeah, the hard work part is probably what bothers people the most. Yeah. Yeah, it's just unimpressive to be on a traditional bodybuilding stage. That's really what it comes down to. Is it's not impressive looking. You know, even like I said, like physique and women's bodybuilding, like, still impressive. This is just like a Hawaiian tropic type thing. I don't know. Anyway, I will show you guys what we have. All right, so this is your first call out. 8 competitors. They're going to move people around a bit. Wow. Misty Yang right in the center. Honestly, her posing looks very awkward to me. Look at Misty in the purple right in the center. It looks very, very awkward. And she won. She won Atlanta. She's going to the Olympia. I don't understand. No, it does. It looks awkward. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know. But again, this is your fit model. You know, the commentator is speaking of the color suits and how that can make a big difference, you know, in terms of the judging. That's not his exact words, but that's essentially, you know, saying that it's a factor. I mean, it shouldn't be. Yeah, let's see. Shea Player says the issue competitively is the less muscle people have, the more similar they look. It gets impossible to differentiate if I'll just look skinny fat. Well, this is just it. I mean, you know, the criteria they said initially, they said that it was, you know, a softer look. Like, that's a terrible description for an IFBB Pro League division. A softer look. Okay, so they sent the top four off stage, and now they're doing fifth to eighth. And they're moving in a couple more as well. Okay, guys, it will not be long, and we will be through the fit model division, and we'll be on to the open. They're now doing the comparisons, minutes away from the open division. Okay. And they're still moving competitors around, but again, it will not be long, you guys. And look, I was saying the same thing about men's physique. You know, when men's physique first came out, it just was not impressive. I wasn't impressed by it. It was people that were really small, guys that you know had very little criteria in terms of bodybuilding. It was unimpressive. No, it was unimpressive. But again, second call out here. Still moving around competitors a little bit. I do appreciate you guys sticking around for the stream. Thank you for being here on EP09 Bodybuilding. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Get your vote in on the poll. As of right now, 48% say that Regan Grimes will win the Texas Pro, and that actually has flip flopped around a little bit. You know, we did see a little bit closer in the poll earlier on, and we'll see if that ends up changing as we do see these guys hit the stage. I'm very interested to see what both Patrick and Regan are going to look like, and I am extremely interested to see what John Jewett and Collosus Ken are going to bring to the stage as well. Now, I think we know what we're going to get when it comes to Lewid Breed. I think we know what we're going to get. Lewid Breed is going to show up with ridiculous conditioning. He's going to show up with being probably the biggest guy on stage, hardest, grainiest muscle. It's just his structure that lets him down. Yeah, that's really what ends up letting him down. But again, won't be long now, and we will be into the men's open. Ken is really exciting. Fuad hyped his check-in photos a lot earlier. Yeah. So I saw well, the most recent stuff from Ken looked very, very impressive. Very impressive. Ken is looking for redemption. Ken's looking for redemption at this show. And this is his chance. He decided to start working with John Jewett. John, known for his conditioning, and that is what Ken needs. Ken's a very level-headed guy. A very realistic guy. I think that he knows where he's going to land when it comes to this 2026 season. But look, this is his second season competing as a pro. So, I mean, he's doing very well. He's doing very well. He was doing well even last year when he went up against Tony O'Burton at the Legion. He did very well there. He's got a lot of potential, and I think that he will meet that potential. I do think that it's going to take another season, though. I think that for Collosus Ken, it's going to take another season. So the third call-out now on stage for the fit model, you guys. You guys, another shot here. Again, as they say, they don't want them to be too developed. It's crazy, man. So again, third call out here for the fit model. Face the front, face the back, and then they do it again, and that's really what it is. Very good. Okay. So that is our third call out. I can show you guys what it looks like from the crowd right now. So that's looking back from the commentators table. I'm not sure who's commentating here, but there's a few people watching. There's a few. Not empty. Yeah, there's not nobody there. But let's continue on. Fourth call out here for the fit model, and then we'll be on to the open. Work out pretty well. It'll time in well with my meals, actually. Trained this morning, felt good. It felt really good this morning, actually. It was a pretty long week for diving, so training was not the best, but we make up for it. Yeah, we definitely make up for it. Looks like they're just finishing up the fourth call out. Yep, fourth call out just finishing up. And we'll see if they do a final call out. Yep, so they're going to take out the top four. Let's see what we got for a top four. Okay. I guess it could come down to posing. Yeah, I suppose it could come down to posing. Tyler Manion, who is the head judge at this show. Everybody gets their chance. Everybody gets their 4 steps back toward the stage. Face forward. Get your 4 steps forward. This is indeed your top 4. And so, that does it for Fit Model. And you guys know what that means. Next up, the Men's Open. Hopefully they don't take another break in between divisions. I know that Texas Pro, put on by Battle Up Productions, they really wanted to make this more of a week or a weekend for, you know, being more of a fitness expo is what they were looking for. I heard Fuad just yelling to Dave to start doing the commentary again. Like I said, Fuad and Dave respectfully vacated the table for the Fit Model. But yeah, we are going to see them. We are going to see them back, and it will not be long. We will be getting to the Men's Open. So, Men's Open, we will see taking the stage here any minute now. And we'll get our first look at these guys. Looks like they're doing interviews just, you know, in between divisions. They probably change over paperwork, change over whatever they need to do. So, yeah, making sure their sponsors get all their plugs. That's important. You know, it's important. House of Gains, I guess that's a gym. Yeah, House of Gains gym down in Texas. I guess they're planning on some expansion. Very good. Like to see gyms growing. I've thought about opening my own gym. Actually, I've thought about, you know, buying a gym here locally. The past, I didn't end up pulling the trigger on it myself. Just far too busy with, you know, my day job owning a diving company. Can only do so much. Can only do so much. The Fit Model numbers are scaring me in regards to the Olympia. 120 Fit Model girls at the O next year. They're going to have to figure out something when it comes to that. Yeah. They're really going to have to figure out what to do with the volume. They've known about this as being a problem for the last while. You know, they've known about this for a while. I don't know what it is they have to do to deal with those numbers. There's been some conversation in the past about having an elimination round or a cut round, moving around divisions different days to accommodate the number of competitors. There's been a number of conversations as to how to deal with the volume. But I think that there's still some core things that Andrew Jack is now getting interviewed. Yeah, Andrew did say he was going to be here. He's a 3-time Texas Pro winner. Andrew getting asked why he keeps coming back to Texas. Nice shirt, Andrew. He's looking big. Looks big. He says he keeps coming back to Texas because that's where he really was unleashed, you know, where Andrew Jack was unleashed. That's right. Andrew Jack is doing something special for the winner. My opinion, he should be getting on stage. Yeah, my opinion, Andrew Jack should be getting on stage. So these rings that he's presenting, I guess he's saying diamond and gold combination. So I mean, that's great. No, that's great. One last question for Andrew Jack. Let's see. Let's see, there's 50,000 live stream viewers. Pretty good. I didn't think it'd be that many. Just got asked about his mentality going into the Olympia. Called an open category for a reason. Kind of a non-answer answer from Andrew Jack. Andrew says he's just here to have fun. Yeah. Now, Regan's here to have fun. Andrew's here to be an Olympia competitor. There we go. All right. We're coming into the open, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. The production is really good here at the Texas Pro, I got to say. Yeah, really good. Sid Faruqi taking the stage. Yeah, that's right. See, the guy doing the interview was just trying to steal some of Sid's thunder. Yeah, Sid's got to get his words in. I mean, they hired him for a reason. Yeah, Freddie was the guy doing the interview with Andrew. Yes, and they're making their dramatic entry. Sid saying everybody's got to get on their feet. I don't want any more delay. Like, let's do it. Yes, Texas is ready for the big boys. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Here we go. Okay. Now we're going to get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Men's Open taking the stage. Let's see what we're working with here. All right. Collosus Ken in the first initial quarter turns. Standing next to Lewid Breed. Tim Budesheim on stage. All right, here's 5. See. Front double bicep. Oof. Lewis looks good, man. Lewis looks really good. I don't think I'm seeing the conditioning from Ken that I was hoping to see so far. But he's definitely better. I will say he is better. Definitely more conditioned than he was in Tampa. Lewis is a freak. Tim Budasheim, good detail there too. Lewis just walks out like he owns the place, man. Crazy, crazy. So that's your first round there. First 5 competitors. I think Ken is definitely harder through the glutes. Still looks a little bit smooth to me so far, but look, we'll see what happens. We'll see. All right, now we've got Regan on stage. What version of Regan Grimes are we going to get here? Let's see. He doesn't look too bad. I think he looks better than he did at the Atlanta show. Definitely looks, I think, a little bit sharper. Yeah, I'm seeing some more detail in those hamstrings, I think. Chest striations. Man, Regan doesn't look bad. Honestly, Regan doesn't look bad right now. Okay, second round of competitors from the quarter turns. Patrick Moore taking the stage, right next to John Jewett. Excellent. This is what we want to see. All right, front double. Oh yeah, Patrick is on. Yeah, Patrick is on. Hey, what's going on, Dorian? How you doing, brother? Wow, you can really see the separation from Patrick here. Hams and glutes dialed in. Man. The John Jewett, although he's conditioned, just doesn't have the shape. And I actually don't think that he has the detail that Patrick Moore has. Oh, Patrick is cleaning up in this back double. Wow. I don't think John Jewett's going to be a factor here. Patrick is overwhelming. Wow. Okay, you guys got to see this back double. So I like, look at this. Look at this. Wow. He's continued to get better despite the fact that he took 9th. Or sorry, he took 4th at the Atlanta, and he's on his 9th show. To look like this, is insane. Here's John and Patrick right here. Come on, guys. Yeah, all's good here, Dorian. Good to see you, man. Like, look at this, man. Okay, let's see. Here we go. John versus Patrick. Guys are starting with the individual routines now. But we got to take a closer look here at Patrick Moore. Like, Regan definitely does look better. No, Regan does look better, but Patrick looks crazy. Yeah, Dorian, 9 shows is insane. It is pretty crazy, dude. Like, 9 shows, man. And continuing to get better is the thing. Most guys start to slip after like 2 or 3, you know? He's getting better. Look at this. Like, Patrick wins a front double against John Jewett. I don't think John's as sharp as he usually is, from what we can see here. But look at Patrick. Like, he's just stripped out, man. Stripped. Really good. Man. Look, even the back relaxed. Like, there's a big difference in structure that you can see between Patrick and John Jewett, right? And we knew that before we were going into this show. You know, we knew that Patrick was going to have the superior structure. But the question was going to be, Collosus Ken taking the stage. Yeah, Collosus Ken taking the stage. All right. Yeah, definitely, I would say, let's see. Oh, yeah, he is much better. Yeah, definitely more, oh, yeah. Yeah, way better. We're seeing more fullness as well as we're seeing better conditioning. See. Oh yeah, he's way more conditioned through the hams, glutes, good back detail. Not rushing his posing whatsoever. Yeah, he looks good. Oh yeah, that side leg is stripped out. This is a lot better. He's getting better as he continues to pose. Yeah, in 2 weeks to make this kind of a change, like, that's really good. Yes, yes. That's awesome. Yeah, Colossus Ken showed up respectable here, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely showed up respectable. Good. I really like to see that. He deserves it. Yeah, fantastic. Really wish Jewett didn't flex his glutes like that. Yeah, John Jewett didn't. I don't know what to say about John Jewett. He didn't look very good. Lewid Breed coming out next. Dorian Gray says Patrick reminds me of Flex Wheeler. Maybe it's the mustache. Hey man, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, the roundness that he has as well. You know, it's pretty crazy. Lewid Breed currently on stage. Man, he is massive. Good God. Yeah, he looks insane, man. Yeah, Lewis is huge. Yeah, John Jewett is his coach now, yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, Lewis is holding his posing. I think he's holding his poses better than he was in Atlanta. Still needs to work on that back. Crazy side chest, though. Like, crazy. Yes. Look at that. Yeah, no, Lewid Breed shows up exactly the way I expected him to. You know, he's crazy big, he's crazy hard, conditioned, a lot of mass. That's Lewid Breed. You know, I'd say he's going to be top 5. Patrick Moore couldn't be a pimple on Flex Wheeler's ass. Funny. He smiles like Sean Clarita. Yeah, really, though. Yep, Lewid Breed is looking good. Steve Brudnick. Let's see him. Oh, good shape. this guy's got pretty decent shape. He's got a rib cage on him like Justin Shire though. Oh, he's got a really good side chest. Wow. Really good side chest. He's got really good feathering through the quads. Boots are dialed in. This guy's conditioned, man. Look at that. That's crazy. Yeah, that's really good. Look at that. Really good feathering in the quads. Wow. Man, awesome. This is a really good physique. You know, he's got some gaps, you know, in terms of muscularity, but he's good. Next up. Tim Budasheim taking the stage. Guys, if you're enjoying this stream, make sure to hit that like button and make sure to hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate all you guys being here. So, Tim taking the stage. 4th show of the season. Conditioning is just ridiculous for Tim. You know, I noticed at Atlanta, it looked like he was, you know, it looks like maybe he was in pain when he was trying to hit, you know, some of these poses. It seemed like he was having trouble with the front double. Really good back lat spread. Wow, really good. You know, this guy has good shots. He does. But again, the midsection just continues to let down Tim Budasheim. Nobody shows up with better conditioning. I mean, very few guys show up with better conditioning. He's ridiculous. But if he was to bring down that midsection, whatever he could possibly do to just bring that thing down, man, you know, he could continue to be dangerous. Now, his midsection is definitely a big problem. But man, he brings something very impressive to the stage for sure. Next up. Ah, yes, Chandy. Yeah. This guy's good. Yeah, Denver Chandy. Yeah, he's good. You know, he's got a ways to go. I think that you can see that you know, he needs more overall size. But I think you can see that you know, the potential is there. Wow. Who had actually seen that Patrick could win the show? That's right from where they're sitting at the commentators table. Chandy's got the quad, like he's got the striations in the quad. He's got the detail, but he's got a way to go. Yeah, so it's either Andrew, Derek, Sampson, or Nick. My top 4 for the Mr. Olympia 2026. It's a solid top 4, man. Solid top 4 for sure. You got Hottie outside of the top 4. Interesting, very interesting. Tim's stomach has been an issue for a minute now. Yeah, it has been. Yeah, it has been. Unfortunately. I'd love to see Patrick win. I would be elated to see Patrick win. Oh, if he deserves it. I don't want him to get any gifts, and I'm sure he doesn't want them either after his 9th show of the season. But it would really be something if that happened. Don't sleep on Hottie. No, you can't sleep on Hottie. Ah, yes, Gianluca Di Lorenzo. He's been making the rounds this season. No, he's very, very wide across the chest, shoulders. Really, like, good shape to the quads, I gotta say. Good shape to the quads, but he just doesn't quite have the posing down. He doesn't quite have the detail in his physique that's really needed. He's kind of suffering from the James Hollingshead not having that detail in the midsection. There's no detail to the hams, quads. The back is shallow. Yeah, all right. Now there's some work to be done here. Yeah, there's some work to be done. Looks like he's more like, I don't know, 10 weeks older, 12. It's not 10. Call it 10. No, this is going to be a tough one for Di Lorenzo. Yeah, Hottie comes in as Hottie. It's his, 100%. You know, Hottie said, look, people shouldn't be counting out Hottie for what they've seen in these updates, right? You cannot count out Hottie Chupin. Absolutely not. Dave Monfort says, no gifts, earned it like James did. 100%. Although I think he earned it at the China Pro. That's just me. Chris Ballard 5743 says, watch out for Tonio, my dark horse possible top 5 pick. John Arthur Duncan taking the stage. See how he does. Yeah, John Arthur Duncan's bringing something pretty respectable to the stage, I think. Not quite sure about. Not quite sure his muscularity is as substantial as what it was in some of his previous shows. I don't know if it'll be that much of a factor. He's on the edge. He's on the edge of being, like he's good here, not great. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of poses a little bit awkwardly, I find. Like he's not standing straight. Like this is not just when I'm capturing these images. It's like he's off balance almost. He holds it like that. Yeah, but Tonio for a dark horse top 5 pick. Look, I like it. I do. I like it. Okay, next up. We are going to get our first look at Regan Grimes. Well, we're going to have to see what Regan shows up like at this show in particular. What Regan needs to do is bring that conditioning. I think overall, we are seeing, I think, yeah, we're seeing a fairly decent package from Regan Grimes here. This is not a bad version of Regan. He is better than he was. He's 100. He's definitely better. Yeah, you can see the detail in the hamstrings, the glutes. Wow. He's not bad. Yeah, Regan was actually with Animal previously, and he signed with them again. Well, Regan Grimes really did need to bring the conditioning in order to, secure his Olympia spot. And so far, I gotta say, he may have done enough. He may have done enough. I would say Atlanta was Regan at maybe, you know, you could call Regan 85% when we saw him in Atlanta. I think here he's probably closer to 90, 92, 93%. Is it Regan's show to win, Dave? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Milo's insulin protocol is not going to work out. Yeah, Johnny, it may not. That may backfire, 100%. Martin Hernandez currently on stage. You know, I'd say Regan could be, Regan could have done enough. Yeah, really good. Like, I've got, I'll show you that shot of Regan again in the vacuum. Solid. Really good. Let's check the shots again. Front double. 100% Regan. He's pretty good, man. He's pretty good. I know Regan has an issue with tanning. He can't do the pro tan. But for what he can do, this looks like he's done enough. Look at the quad detail. He's got a lot of detail in the legs. The arm separation is pretty good. The overall X frame, and he does have the striations through the chest. He does. What do you guys think? Let's see, 100% Regan. I think he wins this. It's definitely the best version of Patrick, but I don't think it's nearly enough to beat Regan here. It may not be. Yeah, it may not be. Regan looks good. He looks really good. James Kirkpatrick, 212. Speculation, how would Joe have done in this show? With Halo and not Anadrol. John Jewett taking the stage now, you guys. We'll see how John does. Let's see. And always really see the individuals, how these guys are really looking. I'll talk about how Joe's going to look, or how Joe would have done in this lineup here shortly. So John Jewett, not the best John Jewett I've seen, I don't think. Not so far. Look at the hamstrings and glutes. I'll bring that up here in just a minute for you guys. I don't know. John is a very good bodybuilder. He knows everything there is to know about bodybuilding. No question. Doesn't really have the physique to back it up. He's a little bit narrow. He's not narrow, but he just doesn't have the greatest structure. His midsection, being as wide as it is. Although he does have good midsection control, I think. And he does bring good conditioning. But I think that we have seen better conditioning from John. When he flexes down on the legs, it's actually a lot better. Like you can see here in the abs and thigh, there's not a lot of detail in the legs, but when he goes to the most muscular, you can see there's more. So he's not quite flexing down on the legs hard enough either. So yeah, I think I got Collosus Ken ahead of John right now. Collosus Ken has the better structure. I think he has not as conditioned, but I think that he's bringing. I think I don't want to say comparable conditioning. The shape and the structure of Collosus Ken as compared to Patrick Moore currently on stage, as compared to John. I mean, I'd probably give it to Collosus Ken as of right now, but Patrick Moore looking absolutely fantastic. This is a guy that is really starting to get his due credit for what he does bring to the stage. Now, we've seen excellent versions of Patrick, such as this, but we've seen versions of Patrick that really leave something to be desired. I think that he is finding his way to his absolute best, and you know, fighting back through things like an Achilles tendon injury and a lot of criticism, I think, from the fans of bodybuilding over the past few years. He's taken a lot of heat. You know, Patrick Moore should retire. He's never going to show up in shape. You know, Patrick Moore is done. We'll never see him like we did at the 2019 Olympia. Well, let me tell you guys right now, okay? This is better than the 2019 Olympia version of Patrick Moore. This is actually better. This is more muscle. This is more detail. He's nailing it. He's absolutely nailing it. Like 2019 was great. I mean, he made top 10, of course. But this is a very, very impressive version of Patrick Moore. I mean, the stripped out side leg, look at the detail through the shoulders, the arms. The only knock for Patrick is that he may need more overall size. If he had more overall size, if we saw more sweep to the quads, upper body wise, actually, he's pretty damn good. You know, it's hard to knock him on his upper body. It's hard to knock him on the upper body. Like, look at that midsection. Incredible. Incredible. Definitely getting at least second place. I agree. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Johnny Esponja says Grimes. Yeah, a lot of people, you know, I'm sure are going to have Regan Grimes, you know, in contention for the win here. I think Regan's going to be tough to beat. But, you know, we'll see the comparisons. We'll see what these guys look like. Because Regan does have a tendency to fade when it comes to the comparisons as well. Oh, he does have a tendency to fade. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get into the comparisons. Let's take a look at the poll as of right now. We've got 48% for Regan Grimes, 39% for Patrick Moore. So let's see how this plays out, you guys. It's very impressive how tight he's kept his waist. It really is. Oh, yeah. Dragon Kuss 69 saying, again, not trying to discredit Regan's hard work because he does look better. Having that said, this is a third tier, if not fourth tier, Olympia competitors. If Regan doesn't win, then yeah. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But really, I think for me, it comes down to how these guys are looking now compared to how they were, you know, last week. Okay, first call out. First call out, we got John Jewett, Lewid Breed. We've got Collosus Ken in the center. Patrick moved into the center. Yeah, okay, so Regan is being moved into the center next to Patrick, and then we've got Collosus Ken. All right, let's see it. John Arthur Duncan is on the right-hand side. Front double? I don't know. Patrick looks really good, man. That's tough. Front lat spread, I mean, you got to give that one to Regan. He's too wide across the shoulders. He's got better arm structure. Side chest is arguable, I think, between Patrick and Regan, but I think at the end of the day, it'd probably go to Regan. But Collosus Ken holding his own for sure. Oh, man. I think I'd give the back double to Patrick, honestly. I think I would give it to Patrick. Wow. Regan's the last one in the pose, but yeah, I don't know. I'll be looking forward to the top 3, top 4 Collos. Side tricep, I'd give to Patrick. Abdominal and thigh, this is going to be an interesting one. Both of these guys have really dialed in midsections. What is Patrick doing? Patrick is hitting that abs and thigh really weird. I don't think Patrick should have hit it like that. Man, most muscular. I'd give the abs and thigh to Regan. Patrick is hitting it weird. Okay, so they just sent Regan and Patrick back to the line. And so we've got the battle between 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th now. So John Jewett standing right next to Collosus Ken. And John Jewett now coaching Collosus Ken. Crazy to say. You can see when Ken is moving through his poses, like, he's really got the striations, man. Really got the chest striations. He's much better than he was last weekend. No question. Or sorry, 2 weeks ago. That's it. Side chest, I'd give it to, I'd almost give it to Collosus Ken. Back double is going to be interesting. John's got a lot of muscle in that back double. I don't know. That's a tough one, but I think Collosus Ken has the better shape. That back lat spread, I definitely give to Collosus Ken. Yeah, the side tricep, I would give to Collosus Ken as well. Collosus Ken defeating his coach here, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I think that he is defeating John Jewett. John Jewett, who came up from the 212, made a big splash, you know, when he first came up. But I don't know. Collosus Ken is getting better as he poses. Wow. All right, one round of posing, and that's it. Collosus Ken, I have in 3rd place right now. 3rd place, I'd have Collosus Ken. 4th place, I'd have John Jewett. And I'd say 5th place, Lewid Breed for sure. 6th place, John Arthur Duncan. Look, not bad. Not bad at all. So, 3rd call out now on stage. Tim Budasheim is being moved into the middle of this 3rd call out. There you go. Now, let's see what you guys have to say about all this, okay? We'll go back to the chat. And we'll look at Collosus Ken versus John Jewett. What do you guys think? Front double. See what you guys have to say. Ken has a bright future working with John Jewett. Yeah, I agree. Side by side, though, Regan's size is kind of overwhelming Patrick. Yeah, and he brought enough conditioning. You know, he did. He brought enough conditioning. Regan is bigger. Patrick is better in shape and conditioning. Regan brought pretty good conditioning. Oh, he did bring pretty good conditioning. Patrick doesn't have a lot of separation in his biceps. I think he's got better biceps than Regan, though. I think he does have better biceps than Regan. Patrick is too small for Regan to battle it out. It's tough. Yep, it's tough, man. But I do agree, I think, overall. I feel like Lewis could be in the middle here. Lewid Breed is a tough one. No, he is. He's tough. He brings the muscle. He brings the conditioning. He's got to bring down the midsection. If he can bring that midsection in to be comparable with some of the guys he has to stand next to, then he could definitely make it into the center of some of these call-outs, man. You know, he can be cracking top 3, top 2. But in this show, I'd have him 5th right now. Go Ken, go. Absolutely. I'm a huge fan of Jewett as a coach and a person. I love his podcasts. Oh, yeah, tons of knowledge, man. You know, ridiculous amount of knowledge. But just look at this side chest. I mean, I just think that Ken is better. I think he has a better stripped out side leg. I think that he's got fuller pecs. I think that, you know, the way that he's posing it, he could drop his arm, and I think that would give him what would look like a better balance. But yeah, Forrest Smith says Kennedy's definitely 3rd. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Now, the back double was a weird one for me because when you look at the lower body of Collosus Ken as compared to the upper body of John Jewett, because I don't think the lower body of John Jewett is nearly as impressive. But you see the detail and the width of John Jewett in the upper body, and I think that is probably enough to defeat Collosus Ken in the back double. Even though Collosus Ken does obviously have the hamstrings stripped out and the glutes, so yeah, that one's a tough one as well. Okay, so they're bringing out Lewid Breed to. Okay, so this is kind of an odd call out. You've got Tim Budesheim out with John Arthur Duncan, Collosus Ken, Lewid Breed, John Jewett. You know, there's nobody that's going to slip. Nobody's going to slip with Lewis here. And I don't think that's going to happen either. Yeah, like I don't know what the point of this call out was. They took the top 2 guys from the 3rd call out. They put them to the outside. Why would you bother? Yeah, Lewis looks like he's starting to run out of steam, though. He doesn't look like he's breathing through his posing. You know, we'll go back to this here. Yeah, I don't know why you would bother. Just seems like the battle between 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th again. I don't think that Tim is going to get past Lewid Breed. Oh, Collosus Ken is getting better. Look, you can see this back double. Look, more detail in that back. Ken's getting a lot better. He is. Wow. Yeah, Collosus Ken is getting better as he poses, ladies and gentlemen. I will tell you that right now. Crazy. Wow. Yeah, Collosus Ken has gotten better. I don't think John Jewett has. All right. Let's see a top 2 call out. Come on. So let's see what you're saying. Dorian Gray says Lewis is another breed. Reminds me of Dr. Henry Jekyll when he takes his potion in the League of Experiment. Yes, into Mr. Hyde. Yes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we've got a top 2 call out here. Patrick and Regan. Front lat spread, I'd have to give it to Regan. It looks like Regan actually got darker in the last, 10 minutes. Side chest, I would almost give to Patrick. I don't know. And I don't know. Yeah, the back double for the overall package, I would give it to Regan. Now let's get this. Let's get this. Okay. Back lat spread, you got to give to Regan. Side tricep. Side tricep goes to Patrick all day. Like I said, the back double's tough, but I would give it to Regan. There, Patrick's doing that abs and thigh much better. Most muscular. Looks like Regan's starting to fade a little bit. I think Regan is starting to fade a little bit. All right, so they got these guys to switch places. Second round opposing. Man, front double I'd give to Patrick more all day. Front lat spread, like Regan, like just he poses it better, I feel, you know. So I would give the first front double to Patrick. Front lat spread goes to Regan. Side chest, I would almost give that to Patrick. Look at the arm. Man. I'd almost give it to Patrick. I'd say that's 2 for 1. The back double, though, Regan is very complete. So I would go 2 to 2. Back lat spread, I'd probably give it to Regan, too. So 3 to 2. Side tricep goes to Patrick all day. All day. That's 3 to 3. I wish Patrick would hit this abs and thigh straight on. Like, he's got a ridiculous midsection, you know? There, that's better. He's got to stop twisting that. Like, there's no need. I'd give it to Regan. So that's 4 to 3. And that's 5 to 3 for Regan in the most muscular. You guys, I think Regan Grimes has done enough to take home the win. They only put them through 2 rounds opposing. I think another round opposing, and Regan probably would have faded even more. But that is what we have seen here in Texas. It would appear, as of right now, that Regan Grimes has done enough. It seems like Regan Grimes has done enough. Now, what do you guys think? Let's go back through it again. Front double bicep. I'm going to use a better one than that. There we go. Front double bicep. I'd give that to Patrick, honestly. I think he's got better arms. I think that the quad detail is comparable. Midsection is much better on Patrick. Bigger chest, it looks like. Front double goes to Patrick. Front lat spread. Where are we at? See, Regan hits this one better. There's no question. I would give it to Regan. Patrick just doesn't quite have the balance in the arms. It's different than what Regan's doing. So, and I think that Regan is doing it better. So, yep, I would give that one to Regan. So that would be 1 for 1. Side chest, honestly, I like Patrick better in this. I do. I think that his shoulder to arm ratio is better. Doesn't have that hamstring drop like Regan does, but he still does have decent hamstrings. I like Patrick better in this overall in terms of shape. I'd give Patrick the side chest, so that would be 2 to 1. So the back double is a little bit more difficult because Patrick is so good. You know, he's so good. Look at the glutes are dialed in, the hamstrings are dialed in. He's got a lot of width, a lot of detail, really good arms. But Regan showing even more stripped out when it comes to the hamstrings, the overall shape and silhouette. Again, that is Regan's strength. That is where Regan Grimes comes in and defeats guys, you know, when it comes to his overall shape. So I would have to give the back double to Regan. And the back lat spread, I think, is a similar situation. Although I think Patrick is a little bit better here, I'd have to go with Regan there as well. Yeah, I'd have to go with Regan. Side tricep, Patrick all day. No questions asked. That's a Patrick Moore shot. Excellent, excellent side tricep. Got to give that to him. Really good. But then when it gets to the abs and thigh, Patrick just posing it weird. Why? Why would he do this to himself? He has a ridiculous midsection. This was a critical posing error, ladies and gentlemen. This was incorrect. You have to give the pose to Regan. Now, Patrick doesn't have a chance when he's posing like this. And the most muscular, again, it's tough, but this one's close. This shot's very close. I'd give it to Regan. Although it is very close. Man, it's close. Ugh. So it is entirely possible that Regan Grimes has done enough to win the Texas Pro. And I think that he actually has. You know, as of right now, I have Regan ahead of Patrick. And this is what we said from the beginning, okay? We said that Regan needed to bring a superior package to what we saw in Atlanta in terms of conditioning. It looks like Regan has done exactly that. And now his superior shape and structure and muscularity, we'll say that too. Superior shape, structure, and muscularity will pull him ahead, I think, of Patrick Moore here, which kind of breaks my heart, to be honest with you. You know, I wanted Patrick to come in and take the win. Regan is deserving as of right now, but look, finals could be a completely different story, and we could see things flip-flop. You know, we've seen that before, and we'll see it again. So it's entirely possible. I'm not sure which way this is going to go exactly, but right now I'm very heavily leaning towards Regan Grimes. I really think that Regan is going to end up taking it. And my dog knocked down my ring light. All right. Look, guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream right here. All right. Finals is definitely going to be getting late. We'll see how I feel, but at the very least, I'll have a wrap up video tomorrow. But look, I appreciate all you guys being here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. Thank you, everybody who was getting into the chat. Appreciate all you guys as always. As of right now, like I said, Regan Grimes, I think, in the lead. But we'll check you guys back here soon. Thanks for tuning in to EP09.